Even if we are guys and are kind of rooting for our own bathroom. So, wow, I wonder if Moses figured anything out back there. Oh, it wasn't. Okay. Wow. Well, I can keep making up stories. Like Katie's car died last night while at the YMCA. And so that's going out on the internet right now, isn't it? And she is wanting to make sure this thing is fixed up and taken care of. So we had to go get her car today, bring it home, charge up a battery. We'll have to eventually, probably Sunday, look at some engine codes, see if it needs some care. But that was just part of my day. And then getting ready for Sabbath school, getting ready for Christmas. Our house is like in total turmoil this evening, trying to wrap gifts, clean, prep. On YouTube, it sounded okay? Does it make any difference on Facebook? Sure, sure. So the big hairy delay. For Facebook? Okay. Oh, you want to try him out now too? Okay. Cool. So tomorrow, basically, but during the church service, that shouldn't be too big of a deal, should it? With all the music and stuff? You're going to be doing like virtual music as well as live music, or is it a lot of virtual? Okay. Cool. All right. Well, I can keep saying many things if that helps at all. Okay. All right. Well, I see from the front here it says Tim K and Test Tim. And now I'm just curious if... Woohoo! Moses. Hey, there's Moses. Moses, your beard's looking good, but I cannot hear a word you're saying, just through the hallway. I muted the mic on that thing. You got to unmute that mic.
Unmute.
Whoa.
How's that?
I'm hearing you.
Happy Sabbath, everybody. Sounds a little distorted.
So this is where we run into some challenge, right? When the audio level from the panelist shows up.
Actually in and we get the audio issues.
Particularly the levels. Isn't the levels, don't those become kind of contentious?
So yours goes down, his goes up. For some reason, your volume is lower when Loxley gets on. Does that make sense?
Gotcha. So before he's on, you can hear it kind of normally. He comes on, and then the volume drops out somehow.
Yeah.
From the sanctuary.
Mm-hmm. Well, online too, he's clearer, but yours is a lot lower. I don't know what happened. Yeah.
Okay. So adjust your camera a little so I can see just not your forehead. We gotta center that up a little. There you go. Looking good. Look here. All right. So now, this is the last Sabbath school lesson of the quarter.
The year, right? Right.
And the year. So you're going to be up all night studying your lesson, Moses, right?
Yeah, I am.
Run to the front of the sanctuary, grab the microphone, and just straighten us all out, because Holy Spirit's got something for all of us, but He's only inspired us individually, so we need to hear how He's working each of us over.
Every now and then I step to the mic, you're right. Nudge.
All right, well, that's kind of the the benefit of having two-way communication, certainly within the sanctuary and virtually. We need to be able to pull that off, but I would love to just see more people interact, not just a couple.
Yeah, like the whole screen filled up.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Can't we get like the mobile cam? Can you get like a phone that we walk around the sanctuary and just stick in people's hands?
Like a GoPro?
Yeah, maybe a Go phone or a whoever's
A
up and
sanctuary
awake. What's that?
sanctuary GoPro?
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we we need like a baseball cap that it's velcroed to, and then you just pull it on your head, and then you I don't know if it hangs over the front.
Mhm.
So you're recording all this, hey, back there? Yeah, so we can.
Yeah, we're live.
Yikes.
So how's our volume? I can hear myself in the house back here.
Now, is it possible that this monitor could be turned on in the front? Because I've always found it challenging from the rostrum to honestly hear Loxley.
Mhm.
He's talking, but I can't quite hear what he's saying, at least when I'm in this location. I don't recall sitting out in the pews if it's just easier to understand.
I don't know it's HDMI 3.
So we just keep saying more stuff. Come on, Moses, you got some material here. What's
So looking forward to the concert tomorrow. We got some good videos from the Backus family, always a treat.
all right?
Looking forward to what they have in store. Always a blessing.
Amen.
Nothing
So,
like good music on Christmas.
did
A
we get a
Sabbath.
little? Was that a little preview of Frank singing before? Did I
Was
hear that?
Frank.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I'm sure I've got unique and distinguishing attributes to my own sound. So I was just picking up on Frank's. So praise the Lord.
Tim sound.
So now,
You know what? Turn your eyes upon your version happens to be my favorite. So
there's
turn your eyes upon
I
Jesus.
have a version.
Yeah, it's the Tim version. It's actually you singing it is the first time I've heard it ever in my life.
Get out of here. Well, I need to hear your version. Lay it on us right now. Moses, I got to hear what the version is that I don't know. If I don't understand or I'm singing one, that's the only one I got. I don't know if there is
That's the
another
only
one.
one I've heard, so I'll follow you like the exact same way you say it.
Oh, man.
Not
Wow.
much different.
Well, I was listening to a recording of a sermon from 2017, and this was the AV team recorded this. I have it in my car right now.
Mm.
And they did not mic the instruments in the sanctuary. So when you hear people sing, you only hear them sing. And a cappella would be much, I believe, greater appreciated because you would hear how you're sounding when you're singing versus you can hear music and you're kind of letting the music kind of fill in the blanks. So you take a breath, you pause, you sustain a certain note a little longer, and you're believing the music's kind of masking the rest, while you're getting the spinach caught in your teeth out, and you're just trying to get at it, and all that, but not
Great voice.
recognizing.
No bells and whistles. No horns, no straight voice.
Oh yeah, it's just people's voices, and then it's like, ouch. I hope it sounded way better than that in the sanctuary. Do you get
Trust
I'm
me,
just trying to
sometimes it's worse
talk a
for the
lot here?
singer. It's worse for the singer than it is for the crowd.
So
Struggle trying to get through it.
So that was I think if we're streaming the sanctuary, we do mic the instruments. Is that part of the
But
strategy?
I normally put a mic where Margaret is for the organ because the organ is a little low sometimes. or the piano. So yes, yeah.
You do. Okay.
And according to Danny, there's specific microphones that we could get for instruments.
Gotcha.
Am I correct, Danny? That kind of closes the rest of the sounds out. Just you just hear piano or you just hear organ. You don't. It doesn't pick up anything else. A specific
So
instrument.
the device is more specific to being used with instruments then.
Right.
Wow, that's cool. Oh, really? Okay. Oh, if you turn that thing on. All right. Wow, so you keep telling stories, or how are we doing here? Really? Well, sometimes you just need an excuse to keep telling stories, and then that's when Rose, I hear her like snoring over there when I'm telling a story at home. She's like, it's like, okay, I guess the story's over. We're all done, aren't we? No one's recording this, right? This isn't out on the internet? Oh,
It is. This
oh
is very
dear.
live.
Wait a minute. I
It's
think
test mode, but it's out there.
Moses
We just put it
is
out there.
Moses is figuring out how to mimic my voice and not move his lips. Those were all his words. I didn't say any of this. What did?
Actually, do a very good Tim. You can actually keep it.
What's going on?
Very good. I do a very good Tim Croft check.
Okay. Wow. Can oh, but you got to work on the last name enunciation.
Say for Croft. Am I saying it right?
Well, you see here. There is a oh, what would you say? There is a growing experience with enunciating the Krofchek last name.
Okay.
Now, I've always grown up understanding it's Krof with an F. Krofchek. Krofchek. So that was all these other people that, like when you get, calls on the phone, they're selling you siding or they got insurance or whatever it is, and you hear these people stumbling over your name, you can just hang the phone up right away because these clearly don't know who you are. So anyway, at camp meeting, actually it wasn't camp meeting, youth camp 2 summers ago, not this summer, the summer before, we're standing in line, registering, I think Malachi, and while we're standing in line, somebody notices that Braden has written on his water bottle our last name. And the lady...
I think we were there.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you
this
probably
year.
were standing right by us. So
Yeah.
this lady, she looks at that, and she goes, who here is the Karavchek?
Yeah, I remember.
Karavchek. And I'm like, well, we're Krofchek. We're the Krofcheks. And then she looks at us, and she does this. She goes, she's shaking her head left and right, like this. And I'm like, yeah, we're Krofcheks. Oh, she's
So
shaking
you
her
weren't
head.
saying it right.
No. And she goes, no. I said, what do you mean? She says, no. There's a V in there. Karavchek. I'm like, really? I'm like, well, how do you know that? She says, because that's my last name.
Oh.
I grew up a Karavchek.
You're used to saying it a little heavy on the off with an F.
She's
Not
using
really.
a V.
Huh.
We're using an F, and I'm believing, because my brother Justin went to Poland a few years ago, and he came back with the same feedback. He's like saying his name, and they're like, no, you American Krofcheks, you don't know what you're talking about. It's Karavchek, not Krofchek. What is this? And so on Justin's Facebook page, he's got this big picture of him walking around in Warsaw, somewhere in Poland. And here he has the phonetic enunciation of our last name underneath our last name, Kravchuk, and it says Karav with a V, Karavchuk. But I'm learning that English people don't enunciate V's, they enunciate F's. So it's more of like an American kind of English kind of faux pas or whatever you'd say. But it's just something that says, by the way, I could probably go on forever. Rose does, you just keep talking and talking and talking. So here we So Justin has this on his Facebook page. The lady up at Camp Wakanda, she of course knows what's going on. She's Polish. She's right from Chicago. She got all her kids with her, and she's trying to straighten out these American Polacks that don't know what they're talking about, and they need to get, hey, Karavchek. So I don't know if I can work the enunciation in whenever I'm saying my last name. It's still
I remember being a few people behind you, and I kind of caught a little bit of that conversation. She was really giving it to you. Man.
Oh yeah, yeah. But I thought it was kind of cool to hear some of that. And then the story keeps going now. So when we go visit Katie at Andrews University, they have in the Pioneer Memorial Church in PMC during Sabbath school, they have all these different Sabbath school classes all over the sanctuary and in the other rooms and so on. But in the sanctuary, towards the right and in the center, they actually have a Yugoslavian Sabbath school class. And Kravchuk, at least the origins of our family, I've always understood to be Yugoslavian. So even though Yugoslavia is a conglomeration of communist Baltic states that were created post-World War II, see, I'm full of stories here. So the whole region was created post-World War II by communists. So there was no Yugoslavia before World War II. And then the leader, the president of Yugoslavia, Tuto, this is a gentleman's name, General Tuto, who apparently was in World War II, became a leader and then became the president, but now he's a communist president. They created the country of Yugoslavia, and that's where our family originates from. And so that group has a Sabbath school class, Yugoslavians, Adventists, at Andrews, in the sanctuary at PMC. And then I find out later that there actually is a Yugoslavian Seventh-day Adventist church in Chicago to this day. They're there. They worship. They speak Polish. There's no Yugoslavian language. It's Polish.
Mm. We lost sound. Maybe it's the battery. The mic battery. 'Cause I lost sound to you on the computer. Completely out. But maybe that's what it's normally going on. Let me see.
All right. I'm back. Oh, it was unplugged. So I have to continue the story here. I don't know where I ended or where I picked up or where I left off. All right. Wow. So I have never been to the Yugoslavian Seventh-day Adventist Church in the the beautiful city of Chicago, but yes. It's all gone? There's that huge bag in the room behind you. Oh, gotcha. Would an adapter work? If you had access to an adapter, I have a bunch of those larger plugged quarter pin. It's an adapter. It's not a cord, though. It's only just an adapter. Which way does it go? Is it male to female to male?
Hmm.
Oh. So that got dropped or picked up or who knows, huh? Okay. So Danny's saying, I don't know if you can hear any of that, Moses, but we're missing a plug for the monitor.
Monitor in the back.
Yeah. So is Moses coming through 2 speakers right now into the sanctuary?
Check.
Only one?
2. Check 1, 2. Mic check 1, 2, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. Meaning like the door is open and you could still hear him talking? Gotcha. So is that making it hard to control the sound? Okay. All right.
We get lots through those same speakers, I believe, right?
Yeah, that's the only part that I think is a little odd. Like if it's fairly quiet, and I think Sabbath schools have been pretty small, so if I listening be real quiet, I can hear over the speaker in the sanctuary, but it's not very clear. I'm like making up a lot of stuff. When Loxley like speaks from his computer, I get probably 40% of what he's saying from this location, sitting right in this spot.
But when I'm speaking, you can hear me now. Can you hear me now clearly?
Oh, I can hear you, but I'm pretty sure of what you're saying. You know, if you started to say some things that I can't assume you're saying, I wouldn't really understand you right now from where I'm sitting, right in this spot.
Right.
So I'm just kind of making that up. That's what I do during Sabbath school from this location.
I wonder, does it make a difference that Loxley's in Jamaica? Is there a difference in the town where he's at?
I think you're doing exactly what Loxley's doing right now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, I know what you're saying. If I keep an eye on your face while you're talking, that kind of helps fill in the gaps.
That's why you need a monitor up front, right?
Test.
Well, I watch it on my computer. I really can't see through the flowers, the monitor. So that might be helpful too, but
No. So when it comes to Loxley, who's in Jamaica, the only thing that's really distorted is his internet connection, and so sometimes that affects quality on our end. But usually,
So we just need to turn him up higher.
no, we don't have to turn them up higher, because if it's cutting out, we don't want it to peak. So the only thing we have to worry about for that is the house speakers, because we don't resend that sound out to the internet. That's already out in the internet. Whatever he's throwing out goes into the internet.
gotcha. Do you think that's a limit of using a laptop's mic?
I don't know what mic he uses. I told Pastor a long time ago when he started doing this with Loxley, I said that guy needs to get a better mic.
Okay.
So I'm saying I don't know if the church is willing to send him a decent mic, so that
When we use Zoom for meetings, we got pretty broad ranges of like hardware,
Yeah,
and
different
because like right now, you can hear Moses talking on through a mic from the laptop. That's not good sound. To me, that is horrible sound. But I'm saying we can still hear him. But
Yeah.
I mean, compared to how the sound that you're projecting, Tim,
Yep.
it sounds super clear.
Okay.
Because you have a decent mic in front of you that captures nothing but sound that is
Okay.
designed,
Yeah, and Pastor I think he would use an external mic.
Yes, he does.
When he uses his laptop from, home or wherever.
Yeah, but he would use a mic.
A better one, a nice one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, not the built-in one.
Yeah, like usually computers don't really spend, laptops don't spend that much money in, research and development on mics on the
Gotcha.
laptops.
How much are those mics? We have any feel?
Um,
Are they like hundreds of dollars?
no, I mean, if
100?
you want like a USB, a mic that's decent, maybe $100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Evans.
I've saw people use like headphones. For that, since
Yeah,
he's
like the headphones are like he uses his headphones in headphones mic because he uses his headphones, right?
I've seen that, but I don't know if he's using the headphone microphone.
It's like these. It's like what I'm wearing right now.
Yeah.
I mean, when I talk people on the phone, I'm using the mic on here so they can hear me as well. It's not the best mic, but compared to a mic that's
Computer
built-in
built-in
computer
computer
mic.
that's
mic.
designed just to pick up the sound.
Okay. Well, I wonder. Well, I mean, all I was going to comment on is that both. Let's see, Evans is going to work on Sabbath school for this next quarter. Then Armin, the Sabbath school for the following quarter. I don't know when we'll see a pastor and all that, but I'll probably pick up the third quarter, depending. But if we continue to work with Loxley, I don't think $100 mic is a big deal to.
No, and that's why I told Pastor like Sheldon, that I think that would be a good idea just to.
Do we send him one, or do we have him get one himself and we
No,
reimburse him?
I would say, well, it depends. I don't know how expensive it is in Jamaica. Maybe
Sure.
we can probably get a better deal over here and then ship it to him.
What
I
if,
don't know.
What if we Amazoned it, like you bought it on Amazon and gave him his address?
Jamaica, right?
Because they,
Because I don't know. I don't know how that works because Amazon is like, okay, well, I mean, I'm sure Amazon's all over the world, but
it is. I did this in Spain to give Katie stuff because it was just like simpler to buy it online here
Yeah.
and just give him the address.
to ship it to? No,
Right,
that's-
but I don't know if the mic that you're describing you could even find on Amazon. Could you think you could find one like that?
Amazon has plenty of mics because, I mean, all this podcast and all this stuff.
Like a basic computer.
No, that's too cheap.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
that's
something
the
like that.
idea. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you
Like if-
found one on Amazon
Uh-huh.
and you just said, "Yeah, this is a good one right here," and
Yeah.
you just sent me the link, I think
Sure.
I could put an order together, and then Loxley gives me his address, and then I just have Amazon drop it on his doorstep.
Okay.
But I don't want to waste anybody's time if it's not a good mic or a good enough mic.
No, I mean, I'm telling you, any kind of mic will be better than what he's using now.
Okay. And maybe that would help too, because right now I'm thinking from what I'm hearing Moses doing from
Yeah.
pastor's office, that's pretty much what I hear when Loxley's doing
Yeah,
during Sabbath
because
school.
it's a mic issue. It's not.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes the internet kind of gets involved too. That it kind of, cuts out. But
So you're talking now, are you talking on a mic?
I'm talking through a mic so that Moses can hear me.
And I can hear him very clearly.
Exactly.
I'm talking
Because I
through
have,
a laptop.
How does Danny compare with what I sound like from where you're sitting, Moses?
You and Danny sound exactly the same. They're both very clear.
the red mic.
Okay, so that's
Very
what we want out of Loxley
The
then.
battery's about to die.
And, we do get a little bit of variation with that, because
That's the red
Dion is
mic
taught
over here.
remotely from his house, Sabbath school, so is like Armin. I don't think any of them have anything special, but,
So who do we get more batteries from?
Do we have enough batteries?
okay.
There was some up here, but I don't know where they went.
So,
Those are old down here.
you think we're ready for tomorrow?
I think we're ready.
All right,
Got to figure out a mic for Loxley in the near future.
Are those good?
right, okay. And
Let's
then,
keep 'em up
and
there
then
so we'll
Danny's
test 'em.
still working on a wish list for us, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I might try to mess with that curtain behind the rostrum here quick before we
The curtain.
bolt. Yeah, they left it laying up in the choir loft.
Just put the, you know what you should do is put those flowers on top so that we have something in the background. And so it's not in front of so it's not blocking your view of the monitor. Yeah, put the flowers up there. It's better than a curtain.
The battery good?
Yeah, it's good. Back to green. There is a fan up there.